One of the things that stood out is being able to understand your customer, right? And data, as you mentioned, the availability of data, how to use that data, and then how do you make a decision on that data in a timely manner is where I see a lot of things going into the future. How do you leverage this information to make real time decisions or close to real time decisions? How do you then optimize these decisions so that you do not pigeonhole individual clients at the end into boxes where you say you're this type of customer and you fit in this broader box and this is how we're going to treat you? It seems like you've gotten to a granular level where you're saying we can start leveraging this information at the individual level or things that are unique to groups of people that allow us to better serve them. Is that part of the continuous change in how you're developing your processes and your technology going forward, as far as being able to take that data and make it more real time or more robust for your customers to serve their customers? Any insight into, is that driven just by your innovative nature alone, or do you also have a really good connection with that being driven by maybe the industry or your customers? And I know you also mentioned regulation.
I think to address that question, it's part of being innovative and also purposefully using innovative by listening to the problem that you're seeing, right? So we can be innovative, but if we don't have the right feedback coming back from your customers and clients, which we are very fortunate to have, those innovation will fall on the wayside, right? It may sound ordinary, but when we make those innovation relevant based on the problem areas that we see, it creates the value proposition, right? I think to your question, fundamentally, we want to be innovative, but the word innovation for us means what is the value driver associated with it, right? It is absolutely that focus that we have. And going back to your comment about understanding the customer and being very granular, right? I think, fundamentally, the concept that we are focusing on is a two concept, which is one, we call that as journey orchestration. And the other aspect, which is what we call as event driven orchestration, right? Now we merge these two. What we are focused on as part of this innovation solving this problem is how can there be an event driven journey orchestration, right? Journey orchestration was always there. To your point, I have a broad spectrum of customer categorization of how I want to look at my customer and customers, and based on that, I orchestrate their journey. That was always there. But what we are trying to focus on is being a little more granular, and based on a customer situation is a certain event, right? A certain event could trigger something. I was CBA live presenting our vision not too long ago, where we talked about a very interesting use case where we could start thinking, looking at customer situation right now, and if that customer, like I gave a mention about, somebody is in some sort of distress around a natural calamity, right? So instead of doing a collection, if that customer is in a good standing and he's only delinquent for like 30-60 days, is there an opportunity for an organization to say, you know what, I know you are in trouble right now, we are putting this on hold, but by the way, how about we offer you a small dollar loan so that you can take some benefit out of that, so that you can get over this challenging times that you're facing. That becomes more empathetic, right, at a very customer level. And that creates an opportunity for you to engage with your customer, not necessarily boxed into those high level strategies, so to speak, right? But having said that, that's where we are heading, that's where we want to go, and that's what we continue to focus. But not just focusing on just looking at delinquency and default management, but we want to expand that little more towards entire lending and credit life cycle, right? The power of making sure a customer journey starts at originating some sort of a loan or a relationship, service that loan or a relationship, and if there is a problem down the line that it gets to a position of delinquency, how do we match that, both at a macro and a micro level, right? So that is how we are looking at things. That's where we are changing ourselves. But to your point, I think our focus will be focused exclusively on how do we make it very event driven specific at a customer level, at a demographic level, and approach it that way so that it becomes much more empathetic and relating to our customers.